Good morning. It's great to have you with us here at Unity. Today we get to journey into that amazing spiritual world of Uncle Remus. We get to be touched by gorgeous music, and we get to reach within to touch that amazing, magnificent spiritual being that you are. Thank you for bringing your presence and your consciousness to join us. Bless you.
In this moment, in this place, in the stillness of our open hearts, we have come to share the presence of the God within and to hold a sacred space. In this moment, at this time, when we feel the oneness of all, we have come here to build a sanctuary of love. In this moment, in this place, in this moment, in this place. Good morning, and welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. Please remain seated and join us in singing our opening song, Unite with Me. Unite with me in sing, unite with me in song, unite with eternity, unite with me, unite with me in harmony, unite with me in song, together for eternity, unite with me. Unite with me in brotherhood, unite with me in song. Together for eternity, unite with me. Unite with me in sisterhood, unite with me in song. Together for eternity, unite with me. Unite with me to bless this land, unite with me in song. Together for eternity, unite with me. Unite with me in peaceful prayer, unite with me in song. Together for eternity, unite with me. Together for eternity, unite with me.
Thank you, Steve Pulliam, our song leader this morning. And let us acknowledge our guest artist this morning, Carol Manson. And of course, as always, backed up by our band, Fusion. And as we're acknowledging, please join me in acknowledging our friends and family online. Turn to the camera, wave, and say, hi, so good to see you. Thanks for being with us. Your presence is a blessing to us. If you're ever in the neighborhood, stop in and see us. Good morning. My name is Sheila Gautreaux. I'm one of your ministers here. It is my pleasure to welcome you to Unity of Walnut Creek. If you are new to Unity, I add a very, very, very special welcome. We love having new people show up and visit with us, and we like it when they stay because we have so much here at Unity, this path for positive living to share with you, delving deeply into the place within and supporting you in finding that powerful presence of God in you as you. We are founded on the power of affirmative prayer. And affirmative prayer is simply the yes action of God. It is looking beyond the things within our lives and saying yes to God, looking beyond the challenges and the conditions and saying yes to the truth of God, that God is good when? All the time. And all the time, God is good. Myrtle Fillmore had a powerful healing through affirmative prayer and set the stage for the beginning of unity. In this moment, let us join together in a powerful affirmative prayer as we say together our opening statement. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Let us breathe that truth in through our hearts. Let us know it for ourselves. And again, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Let us take it in even more deeply. And as we accept it for ourselves, we allow it to extend outward, filling this sanctuary, connecting with everyone here, connecting with our friends and family online. And once more, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. And we take it in even more deeply, filling our being, implanting itself within the very fibers of our being, and allowing it to extend outward into our community, into our nation, across the oceans and over the mountains, throughout the world, touching every heart that beats. And we accept this truth. We hold it to be self-evident. And we are grateful. Thank you, God. And so it is. And together we say, Amen. Please remain, I do want to say to you, Carol Manson has CDs on the patio in case you'd like to take her home with you. And now, please remain seated. Join our song leader, Steve, in our next song.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful, how could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
So take that deep breath through your hearts as we enter into our time of prayer and meditation together. Just breathing in this awareness of this divine love in which we live and move and have our beings, gently releasing, opening to being here, now present in this goodness and this blessing. Let the music, this beautiful chant from the psalm, be part of that guide to the very center of our hearts.
Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still, be still, be still, and know that I am God.
Let's join in and sing that once again.
Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still, be still, be still, and know that I am God.
Beloved divine presence, as we journey into that knowingness, guide us toward that stillness from which we're able to let go at depth, into that place of knowingness of our oneness with you. As we rest in that beautiful peace that you are in us, letting those things of our lives that have been of concern simply rest in your care for this moment. And we lift our awareness into this place of knowing the pure, radiant goodness that you are. An all-loving goodness that surrounds our lives, is there in every moment, in every thought, in every feeling, in every action. Gently, peacefully, we let that goodness touch us at such depth that there is no room there for worry, because we know your presence. There's no room for concern, because we know your love. And there's no reason for question, because we know your wisdom. We rest in this beautiful place within. knowing that your love fills every part of our life, every moment of our life. And it is with a grateful heart that we take that gentle journey to know you more deeply and completely. To know the I am. To know your presence here, now, within us. And so we follow again those beautiful words from the psalmist. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know. Father, Mother, God, how wonderful it is to simply rest at one with you. To understand in a deeper way than ever before this oneness that we are in you. This oneness with your love and its power. And so we breathe now that beautiful love through our hearts, feeling your presence as this divine love. Grateful that we have this power to send this love forth to heal and bless and guide. And so we take this moment to radiate that love from our hearts. And we send it, first of all, to our own bodies, to every cell and system, calling forth wholeness and well-being, vitality and strength. We send this love to mind and heart for wisdom and understanding. And now we take and radiate this love forth from our hearts as we send it to each one who is dear to us, bringing each to mind, surrounding them with this love, blessing them, healing, lifting, guiding, prospering, bringing peace. And we send that love from our hearts out across this spiritual community, healing, blessing, and bring peace. And this radiant love flows to every prayer request that is brought here. We know with each you are enfolded in divine love and lifted to that which is the highest. And this love flows through our hearts. Joyously, we send it out across the communities in which we live, that it might bless, nourish, uplift across our nations and on beyond all boundaries, to touch the peoples of the world and bring forth peace. And this love flows through our hearts. We send it to all who join us in prayer, whether in mosque or synagogue, temple or church, whether gathered at home or on the hillsides. For in seeking to know you, we are all one. We send this beautiful love to Mother Earth, to bless and bring balance to all her systems, to bring rain where it is dry, to quench the fires of the forests, to bring calm where there is storm, to bring blessing to her creatures. We send this love about the earth so that it might touch the heart of every single person in the earth. For you, beloved presence, are that love in every heart. And in this love, we are one. Divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. Please join me. Divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. And again, divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. And once again, divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world.
Be still and know that I am God.
In that beautiful place of knowing, centered in that peace, we are grateful. And it is so. Amen.
What I gotta do to make you love me? What I gotta do to make you care? What I gotta say when lightning strikes me? And to wake and find that you're not there. Oh, oh, what I gotta do to make you love me? What I gotta do to be heard? What I gotta say when it's all over?
And sorry seems to be the hardest word. It's sad, so sad. It's a sad, sad situation. And it's getting more and more absurd. Yeah, it's sad. It's so sad. Why can't we talk it over? Said it seems to me. Sorry seems to be. Said it seems to be the hardest word. Said I love you.
Very powerful, Carol. Thank you so much. My name is Ciel, and it is my pleasure and honor to highlight a few of our upcoming events. Our heart ministers have created a very beautiful and loving service on Thursday, September 10th, for World Day of Prayer. Enjoy an evening of beautiful music and guest speaker Reverend Vic Jenkins. And you may also join in our prayer vigil, which takes place here in the sanctuary from noon until 6 p.m. Also join Reverend Sheila for a 3-day radical self-forgiveness workshop starting in the afternoon on the 3rd Friday of September. This workshop is designed to unhook you from the weight of guilt, blame, and shame that prevents you from stepping into your power. Sign up in the bookstore or online. Now help me welcome Lisa Nichols to the platform.
Hi. Good morning. It is my privilege to invite you to the 2020 Insight launch party on September 13th, starting at 1 o'clock. We'll have a taco bar, so you won't go hungry, I promise. Now, you probably haven't heard much about 2020 Insight, so let me tell you just a little bit about it. Every 10 years or so, we gather our community together to look into the future and decide what it is that we want for our spiritual community. And the last time we did it was 2010, and now halfway till 2020, it's time to gather again together and think and listen to each other. Is the information that we got in 2010 does it still ring true? What calls to your hearts here at Unity? What makes Unity your spiritual home? What are you longing for? At the launch party, we'll introduce to you the team that's putting together 2020 Insight. We'll share with you how we're going to go about this process, and we'll invite you to sign up to attend some Insight gatherings. And Insight gatherings are groups of people who get together in some of our people's homes. We get together and share, listen to our hearts, listen to each other, and they'll be held different times of the week and different days and different times, so I'm sure there'll be one that will fit into your schedule. You can come to one or more, however many you want to come to. And it's just a time for us together, like I said, to get together, listen to each other, share what's on our hearts, and it's also a time where we can connect in with each other, where we can build that experience of community, that build connections with new people that we meet, as well as our friends that we already know. hold on, I have to see my notes. And anyway, I can't read them. I need these glasses, not these glasses. So, with 2020 in sight, we are so looking forward to your insights, and we truly hope you'll join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Find out about these and many more of our wonderful events in your bulletins and online. Now, until you hear that gong, please take just a moment to greet those people around you.
Now please remain standing and join us in singing Down by the Riverside. Gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. Ain't gonna study war no more. I 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 ain't gonna study war no more. I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside. Ain't gonna study war no more. I 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 ain't gonna study war no more. I'm gonna put on my long white robe down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna put on my long white robe down by the riverside. I ain't gonna study war no more. 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 I'm gonna hold hands with my neighbors down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna hold hands with my neighbors down by the riverside. Ain't gonna study war no more. I 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 nobody war no more.
Okay, I'm gonna sing this song for you once. Now everybody warmed up now? I'm gonna sing it once and then you're on your own after that. Sing it. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me, everything that I need to know about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Y'all got it? Now let's go. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me, everything that I need to know about, hey, what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to release about what lies before me, everything that I need to release about what lies before me is available to me. Now it's available to me through the mind of God within me. Except now, everything that I need to accept about what lies before me, everything that I need to accept about what lies before me is available to me. Yeah, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me, everything that I need to know about what lies before me is available to me. Yeah, it's available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me, everything that I need to know about, that's for the basis. What lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me, through the mind of God within me, through the mind of God within me.
Thank you, Carol. Well, that was true. It is. So look to the person around you and just say, "Good morning, you wise spiritual being." Good morning, you wise spiritual being. Because it is always there, that beautiful divine wisdom that Carol was just singing about, and work at knowing how to get to it. Yeah, and we've gotten pretty good. Okay, don't you find you can more easily get to that place of compassion or understanding, or when we get triggered by life events? Now I can. All right. Keep going. But have you ever had that experience where you get there? Maybe something's going on, maybe at work or home, and something comes up, and we go, "Oh, that's I'm back in that blame game thing," and so we do the thing. We know how to get to our hearts, focus on the heart. Maybe go to compassion. Feel compassion for someone, and that sense of blame begins to fade away, and we feel that connection. Beautiful thing, isn't it? Have you ever noticed that sometimes we get there and we're still uncomfortable? That we do that beautiful spiritual work and we overcome that reaction thing that happens, which we've been working on. I can say I've been working on for a long time. And wow, we get there, and now sometimes it's just like stepping into sunshine. And other times it's more just like sort of stepping out of the rain, but the sunshine isn't there yet. Anybody had that happen? You still find there's that sort of residual hanging on sometimes. I had an experience where I was working with somebody very challenging, and yet, I was appreciating the experience I was having with my heart, because even though it was a challenging situation, I could feel such compassion and real love for the person that I was working with. But I noticed that there was still this thing that wasn't quite, it wasn't full. It didn't feel good. And I thought, well, that's strange. I got to my heart, which is part of this spiritual journey. Part of what we understand is that in learning how we enter into the heart, okay, we are really learning how to make that deeper spiritual connection, because it's through the heart that we are able to connect with our spiritual self at a much deeper level and bring out this beautiful wisdom. But sometimes we get there and we may feel that compassion or understanding for someone, and yet there's still something going on there. And so when that happened, I had to take a look. And I realized there was a part of me that, even though I was feeling that experience from my heart, I was caught up. Part of me was just caught in something else. I didn't quite understand it at the time. And so I thought, well, what happens? How do I get to the place where I am free? Where whatever's going on in this situation no longer is what determines how I feel or how I'm experiencing or seeing the world, so that I can always see and experience that goodness, that divine presence, that all-loving goodness of God that we affirmed at the beginning of the service. Then I remembered an image that I've often gone to and used when I realized I wasn't quite at that freedom place. And as I thought about it, the story it came out of talked about being caught in something that was uncomfortable. And so I thought, well, that image has been so helpful to me, maybe I'd share it with you. It comes from that great spiritual teacher called Uncle Remus. And his avatar, Brer Rabbit. Now, this takes place and starts out with a wonderful spiritual symbol. Well, one afternoon, he happened to feel sort of tired. So all by his own alone self, Brer Rabbit hop off to the woods and he take a little nap. He lay down right in the broad open daylight and he snooze and he snooze. Now, he don't know exactly how long he snooze, but by and by he hear a mumbling and a rumbling, and it was close beside him. Brer Rabbit, he wiggled his nose. He opened his eyes just a slit, and lo and behold, he see that he ain't in the woods anymore. He's somewhere way down in the dark insides of a cave. There's a fire crackling in the darkness and popping out red sparks. Brer Rabbit stretched his eyes wide open. He looked to one side, and who does he see gnashing his shiny, sharp teeth but the last person on earth he wants to see, the meanest of all persons, Brer Fox. He looked to the other side, and who does he see grinning right there in his face but the next meanest of all persons, Brer Bear. Brer Rabbit's so scared his heart go flip, flip. Well, Brer Rabbit discovered he's all tied up. And he's about to be roasted on that fire. For my dinner, say Brer Fox. He lips his chops. My dinner too, say Brer Bear, smacking his lips. Take a look at that fire, Brer Rabbit. That's where we're going to roast you. We're going to roast you right now. Brer Rabbit see those red-hot flames leaping up in the fire, and he's scared most out of his skin. Now, one of the great things about Brer Rabbit is he's that part of us that, sometimes falls asleep. Okay, and sometimes get caught. And I love the picture here because he's caught in a cave. Now, all you metaphysicians know that means it's coming from the subconscious mind. We're down there beneath the ground. Okay, so subconsciously we got something going on, and we're caught in it. But Brer Rabbit has that ability to shift his attention to freedom, to shift his awareness to the place where he's free. And when we know how to do that, when we can touch that true consciousness that the freedom is a symbol of, then we know how to journey there. Well, Sir Brer Rabbit, he opened his mouth and he laughed out loud. Ha, ha, ha. Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they're so astounded, they look at each other like they was struck dumb. Brer Fox, he cleared his throat. Maybe you don't hear me, Brer Rabbit, he shout. I said, we're going to roast you. Brer Rabbit, he laughed some more. I guess you didn't understand, hollered Brer Bear. We say we're going to roast you on this here burny fire. That's nothing left, bad. You ought to be scared. Oh, Brer Rabbit, he just laughed some more. I heard you saying you were going to roast me. Well, why are you laughing? Asked Brer Fox. Excuse me, Brer Fox, I just can't help but laugh because I've been to my laughing place. Laughing place? Brer Bear scratched his head. Now, what's a laughing place? Oh, it's a secret place I know of, say Brer Rabbit. Now, you know what happens where there's a secret place. You got to know what it is. So, Brer Rabbit, or Brer Bear and Brer Fox, they don't let Brer Rabbit loose. They keep him all tied up on a rope, but they loose him up enough that they take him off the stick, and he can jump along on the tail and take him to that laughing place. Then they stared off. Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they march along sort of serious-like, hanging on tight to the rope. Brer Rabbit, he lead the way to the woods, prancing and dancing like being tied to a rope was a fine lot of fun. By and by, he'd get to a place where there was a big hickory tree with a holler sort of place in the trunk. When Brer Rabbit see that, he started to laugh again. His ha-has come busting out of his mouth so hard that he could scarcely stand on his foots. There 'tis, he yelled, pointing at the tree. There's my laughing place right there. I don't see nothing at all, say Brer Fox. Nor me, said Brer Fox. Brer Bear, I don't feel funny at all. Oh, you will, say Brer Rabbit. Step up close to the hollow of that tree and poke your heads down way, way inside. Well, Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they did exactly that. But it didn't make them feel funny. Brer Fox let out a yow, yow, and a holler. Then out from the tree come both their heads, and out come 100,000 bumblebees. Well, Brer Fox and Brer Bear, they had something to pay attention to other than Brer Rabbit. They let go of that rope, and they ran around, and Brer Rabbit, he untied himself, and he's there watching Brer Fox come back around and says, "Why, you slinking low down, whatchamacallum, you said there was a laughing place." "I said 'twas my laughing place," sing out Brer Rabbit, "and this is the best laugh I have ever had." So we get a picture. We get a picture of being caught. We get a picture of being not free, bound, in a way that is reducing the energy that is threatening to our being. And we get another picture. Picture of being free. What's that difference? What is it that takes us to the point where those things within us, those things that capture us, that drain our energy, our Brer Foxes and Brer Bears, and they're just part of us. What is it that takes us to that freedom? It's by knowing what that laughing place is. And there have been some marvelous directions on it over the ages. That ability that Brer Rabbit had to change his focus from being tied up to being free is an ability we have to change our focus. Here it is from the Bhagavad Gita, the beautiful Hindu text, Lord Krishna. Therefore, having been born in this transient and forlorn world, okay, that's called caught in a cave, transient and forlorn world, give all your love to me, fill your mind with me, love me, serve me, worship me always, seeking me in your heart, and you will at last be united with me. Beautiful picture of freedom. Okay, that connection with the divine, that focus on this God presence, this infinite love, is what lets us move to freedom. Now, when I was sharing with you the experience of having gotten in our hearts and maybe experienced compassion in a difficult situation for someone or something, that's a beautiful experience of that divine presence. But is the power of that presence shifting us out of the experience of judgment? But there's another experience, the experience of that divine presence itself. Seeking me in your heart, you will at last be united with me. Now, Jesus gives the same instruction, and he does it around entering into prayer. And this is what we're talking about, isn't it? That capacity to connect with the divine is prayer, however we go about it. So he says, this is how you should pray. Our Father in heaven. So he starts out with this, referring to the Father, this presence that we connect to, this infinite divine presence within us in heaven. Now, that is not a geological destination. Okay, it's not an address where somebody lives. It is the symbol of an exalted state of consciousness. So this divine presence I can connect to, which I touch in this greater state of awareness. Hallowed be your name. Okay, so focus then on that name. Now, the name isn't Jesus or Yahweh or any of the God names. Name means the nature of something. We focus on the nature of the divine, which is love. Not by saying it, not by saying names, but by entering into the experience of love. So we go from this divine presence that we are connected with, one within us, leads us into this exalted state of awareness through the experience of our love. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. In other words, that greater awareness is then brought into the experience that I'm having here in the earth, so that I experience its goodness. So that right here, I experience that all-loving goodness of God. That's a different experience, isn't it? Okay. Now, what I find, and I got to admit, I go back more times than I probably should admit, to the picture of Brer Rabbit just skipping along on that rope in front of Brer Fox and Brer Bear, taking him to that laughing place. And to me, every jump is simply, I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. Because for me, that is one of those awarenesses that takes me on the journey from what I'm in into the journey of that awareness of the divine, that goodness, that exalted state of consciousness. I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. But then there's a beautiful focus in both Jesus' teaching and in the Bhagavad Gita, that the focus is on the divine. I am grateful for the all-loving goodness of God. Somehow or other, that's so much greater than whatever I got caught in, that it lifts me out. I am grateful for the all-loving goodness of God. Join me. I am grateful for the all-loving goodness of God. Again, I am grateful for the all-loving goodness of God. Isn't that a beautiful thing? And again, I am grateful for the all-loving goodness of God. Stepping into that brings freedom. That love, that goodness is so much greater than the things in our life. It is, in Brer Rabbit's term, the laughing place. Now the truth is, sometimes the things that we are touching that love in are simply things of finding the beautiful peace instead of maybe the laughter or the joy. Sometimes it's that part of that all-loving goodness where you just know, I am so loved that nothing can limit what really is the highest for me. Whether I understand it or not, I'm in the midst of this all-loving goodness. It's freedom. I am grateful for the all-loving goodness of God. Join me. I am grateful for the all-loving goodness of God. What a gorgeous experience. Have a good time in your laughing place. Bless you.
Thank you, David. I was looking for the transitional music, but I guess we're not having any. So I would like to ask you right now to take a connection card from the seat pocket in front of you. And I would invite you to fill out that card. On the card, you can also make a prayer request for support for someone or something in your lives. In addition to those prayer requests, our heart ministers will be available after the service for personal prayer support. And they are the ones that will be wearing the lavender stoles so that you can locate them easily. As a reminder, our spiritual focus for this week is, I am grateful for the all-loving goodness of God. The ushers will receive your cards with the offering toward the end of the music. And now it's time for our prosperity celebration. For credit card donations, there are envelopes on the clipboards in the back of each chair. And for those of you at home, just click on the Donate button on the Watch Live page. As Unity's co-founder, American mystic Charles Fillmore said, God is the source of a mighty stream of sustenance, and you are a tributary of that stream, a channel of expression. Blessing the substance increases its flow. I invite you to take your tithe or offering in your hand and be aware that God is the source of all your good. And let's repeat our affirmation together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Ted looks at me. Are you picking up the mic right? No, I'm not picking up right yet. Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear that pitter-pat? You know that happy tune is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with my blues on parade. But now I know
All right, embrace those beautiful beings with your hearts and let's share our blessing together. Children, you are loved, special, and important. The light of God shines through you. And let's take hands and share together our prayer of protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And our peace song. You are the love and the light and the peace in the earth right now. So let it shine and have fun.